Hi, welcome back to another video of the model railway. In this video we're going to give a little bit of an update on what I've been doing over the past couple of weeks. We've got a new back scene on the layout, some of the ballasting has been done, so I want to show you exactly what I've been up to. So let's get into it and see what's been going on. So I've been spending quite a bit of time getting the ballast down on the track. In a previous video you will have seen that the track got completely laid and fixed into position. With the ballast we're using a Jarvis fine chippings, which I'm then gluing with a ballast bond. To get the ballast onto the track I've been using this nifty little tool which you literally sit onto the track, you fill it with your ballast and then move it along the track like this, and it neatly spreads the ballast along the track bed, giving you this really nice finish. One of the things that we do have to do though is, I'm not sure if you can see on some of the sleepers here, is we just need to brush some of the ballast off, like along the edge as well, where we will then come to add some dust in and effect in later to give it a more of a worn effect. But if I don't clear the ballast off here now, what will end up happening is that the ballast bond will glue the ballast that I've laid down onto the sleepers, and we won't be able to put the effect on. So I'm going to go and put some more ballast bond on here now and get this section of track glued down. So let's see how that goes. So what I'm using is this ballast bond liquid adhesive with a small dropper which comes with it. You fix this into the top of the bottle like so, and that creates a nice little dropper that you can use along the track, and it literally just drips out like little drips and seeps into the ballast that you put onto the track bed. So if I just show you how that works with this section of track here. So if we look at the ballast bond here, you can see little drips are coming out and then just seeping into the ballast that I've laid onto the track. I'm going to try and get all the way around to there, and then we'll see what that looks like. So this section of track is now completely bonded. You can see some white pills of glue around, which will take about half an hour to dry, and then this section will be completely done. Now we need to get on and do the rest of the track. We've got about half of it left, so I'm going to crack on and do that. The ballast that I'm using is this really fine Jarvis ballast. I think that it looks much better on the end gauge just because the parts of it are so small. Some of it you can get which is medium, a bit bigger than this, which I think looked out of place. So I went with this Jarvis light grey ballast which I've been using on this layout. So now all the track is bonded. We got ballast bond on all parts of this track, which is really good. The only piece that I have got to sort out are these points around here. I'll just show you here. Point work is tricky because I don't want to cause any blockages, so I'm just going to leave that bit unballasted for the time being, just while I sort the rest of the layout out, and we'll come back to that later. Now that all the ballast is down, it means that I can fill the edge along here to bring the grass right up to the edge of the track bed. So that's going to be a job that I've got to do next. But let me just show you this disused area. So what I've done over in this corner is I've made a little disused shed. So we've got a old abandoned road with some overgrown grass. I've got a abandoned shed here which has got ivy, some grass growing up the sides, leaves on the roof, and inside is an old abandoned traction engine. Part of the roof is missing and a little bit bent. We've got the windows smashed a little bit to add that little abandoned effect that you would expect on a building like this. And then in the background we've got some trees. I'm not sure how far to bring these trees out or if they need to be thickened out a little bit, but I'm quite happy with how they look at the moment. Like, for example, I'm not sure whether I should put some trees here to fill that bit out, so I might do that yet. But that is the abandoned shed part of this layout. So earlier we discussed the ballast being stuck down. This is now 100% glued, ready to be brushed and getting all the loose pieces off. I'm pretty happy with that, and then once that's all tidied up we can get some effect on it to make it look a bit more worn in than it is now. Another thing that I've done with the ballast is over here I wanted to make like a natural road crossing, so cars will be able to come across this road over the railway and then follow the road round here which will then take them to the back of the factory. So I've got a small crossing which I've made a small ramp up with here, which is then going to come down to the road, follow round as I said, and then go over the other side. I'm not sure if that shop is going to stay there though. Doesn't make much sense with the road there unless I moved that shop to the side and had the road leaving the layout up that way. But yeah, we'll have to see what that looks like. And then across the back of the board, like down here, I want to put some low relief terraces. We're going to put a fence somewhere around here, like a wooden fence into the foresty area. And then over here, where I've marked this out, this is going to be the back of the factory, so where the lorries will all park, things like that. And then I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this area around here yet. I haven't really decided. The signal box was in there. That didn't make much sense because with the orientation that it was, the windows were facing this way, so you couldn't see the points from the signal box. So I've now moved that to there. So yeah, that's pretty much where we are at the moment. I've got some printing to do, get some more models to get the layout filled out a bit, pack some of this area around here to fix some of the broken cork. So one of the things that you're going to notice in some of the videos is that we've now got a back scene all the way around the outside of the layout. This was purchased from Railway Scenics. It came in two 5-foot lengths by 9 inches high. But I wanted the town, which you can see here, to be in the centre. So I had to cut them to size, which is why you can see a slight join there. So I had to find the centre of this backboard and then cut the two sections here. So that's one section, that's one section, that's one section, and then over here we've got the final section. And then once the backing was all cut to size, I blue tacked it on to the back of the boards to make sure that it was in position that I wanted, marked it and then cut it. I sealed the wood that we'd put onto the back of here in a previous video with some wallpaper paste. So I applied that directly to the wood first, and then I literally just pasted the backing on like you would with wallpaper, and this is the result that we had. I had one tiny mistake over here, so I tore a little bit of the backing over there. You probably can't see it anymore because I've painted it, and I can't even tell you where it is, but it is there, and it did tear, and I was absolutely devastated when that happened. But overall, I think that back scene looks pretty decent, especially for my first go at both wallpapering and backscening a layout. So that's it for another video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed the video. If you've got any comments, suggestions, or would just like to give some feedback, do drop them down in the comments. I'd be really grateful to hear what you've got to say, and I look forward to see you in the next one. Cheers.